Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 Let's Mod video. In this video we'll build a house together. And first to the background, why we would need a house, why we would build a house together. Yeah, here you can see my upcoming map Wunzig. A very small, tiny map with a tiny old-fashioned village in the southern part of Germany. And here, if you want to see the agricultural part of this upcoming map, it is there. And yeah, I wanted to build this with Erlengrad houses. And I wanted to build it very fast, so already 1 year ago it should have been finished. But the time passed with me building mods and mods and mods and finding no time for the map. And therefore it is 1 year later and most players say, oh, I don't want to see any more Erlengrad houses on maps. I have seen enough of them. And I realized this and said, this is not so good. I have those Erlengrad houses all over the place here. So I have to change it. I have to build my own houses. And that's what I did. So more or less that's what I started to do. And I want to have a collection of mid-century houses, how they are built in, let's say, Central Europe. All over Germany you find those kinds of houses, and yeah, in parts around Germany too. So because they are very basic kinds of houses. And then I want to make older part of the village will be over there, where I dumped all the Erlengrad houses, but only as a placeholder, and they will be more like typical southern German, maybe Black Forest style and such. But now we have the mid-century basic houses, and I made a modular system, and I thought it's good to have those basic houses that are used all over Germany, and when I want to make a map for a different region, like the mid of Germany or more northern Germany, I could use them. They are not the typical houses there, but they are built everywhere. Yeah, and I did this, and I made all these modular aspects of the houses, and you can see the houses that I combined together. And I want to make 12 different of them, and now I have 9. And here you can see, so there are the simple house is here 4 times, and it has different dormers and different annexes and such, different colors. And here we have the same house size with hipped roof. They are rather common all over Germany, in some areas more, in some areas less, but you see them rather often. And one is with a normal gabled roof that is a little bit larger than this one and has a little bit steeper roof. And those are the 3 basic house types. And as you can see, I already made 4 of the small ones, 4 with the half-hipped roof, and only 1 with the larger houses. And that's what we're gonna do now. We built a house with my modular system for this map Wunzig and other maps that I will build, so German maps. If I build an American map, I would have to build other houses for sure, and those houses will come out as a mod as well. So if you play on, let's say, No Man's Land or Hinterland or other building maps, you could use this to build your village, if you like the style of those houses. So here you can see from the other side, every house can be turned around because it has more than one doors. Most of them have 3 or 4 doors, and you could position them so that they look a little bit different. And when placing them down in the mod, you could choose this decorative color. So the roof color and the wall color can be chosen by me, and the window frames and here the socket and stairs can be colored with the color choice option in the game. So even when using those yourself, you will have some variety. Yeah, and I will add garages and carports. Okay, so now you saw what's it all about, and now we go to my building area. So I placed all the elements here. Here we are already. So here are all the elements that we can use. Those are the house types. Here the annexes and a porch and different stairs and different dormers and decorative objects. And here are the 9 houses, all in the standard colors, because here in this building area I only use this color, and then when it's done we go to the special house and change the color. So we have a lot to do. So let's make transform group. So houses 0 to B. And I built all those houses in Blender, all those elements, and they share a second UV texture to let them work all together so that I can combine them and that we can have the color choice in the end. So, oh, and what I just remember, I forgot to make the snow roofs. Oh no! Just come to my mind that I totally forgot about the snow roofs. It was so much work to make it possible to have the color choice for all objects and to make them fit nicely together and so. And then I forgot about the snow roofs, but I will add the snow roofs, sure, and I can just yeah, would have been a little bit better if I would have made the snow roofs before doing all those combinations, but now I have to do them yeah, after. It will be possible. Okay. So now I'm totally confused. Let's take this house because I need to make those bigger houses and put this in the central area of my building area. And now the first one has a small porch. It is here. A small porch that is only at the left side of the front and has gabled roof annex and has two of those pent roof dormers. Yeah, and I think that's all. So not so many elements. And so maybe I make a different porch this time. I try the 10-meter porch, how it will look. And then, yeah, do we make this? Maybe I make an annex this one with the white windows. And then yeah, I don't want to overcrowd it. And with the porch, the captain's bay is not such a good idea. Or I think I'll do a porch because yeah, in my English-speaking channel, I guess there are a lot of Americans, and Americans love to have porches in front of their house, and therefore I don't do this Captain's Bay. This is this one, the Captain's Bay. It's a Scandinavian type, and I think it doesn't work together with the porch in the front so well. I could make a porch at the side and the Captain's Bay, but I leave it just like that. So maybe I put those here and then we will have a look. And maybe I'm, oh no, that, so I have to rearrange this. Okay. I think I'm still confused because of the realization that I forgot about the snow roofs. So, and now let's see where we can place it that it doesn't fight against the windows. Here you can see this is not working properly, but maybe if I do it here, this one is inside and this is outside and the other ones would work. Okay, so I can leave it like that and have it more or less centered. Not really centered, but more centered than the other one. And maybe I make one in the back as well. So I could just copy it and then send it to the back and then turn it. And then let's see whether it worked. Because those American houses I see, especially on the American maps of FS22 and FS19, they very often have porches all around the house. And therefore I think at least 2 porches is the minimum requirement. It won't become an American house from this, but yeah, it has at least 2 porches. So now I place this annex, but let's have a look. Here I used the gable one. Okay, so this is different enough. Here I have this with the big windows at the side. So I try to make them as different as possible. But yeah, even if I had the impression I made such a lot of elements, yeah, you have some repetition from time to time. So now, which is normal, I think it's 4 annexes and 12 houses, so yeah, every kind of annex will come to at least 3 houses, because for some houses I make an annex here and one in the back and one at the other side, and so we have more repetitions. Oh, and here I didn't told you about this. My approach about the inside of the houses is to make 3D fake rooms. I couldn't make them all walkable. That would have been too much for at least the consoles and the smaller PCs, and it's not necessary to have all the village houses walkable. And yeah, and I don't like the way this fake rooms in the FS22 works. I like the idea to have fake rooms. Before in FS19, except from the Alpine pack, but the base game of FS19 we only had something like black windows with some curtains, and that's it. And yeah, the idea to make fake rooms, to make something behind that simulates a room, I like a lot, but how they are done, I don't like at all. I think it is not realistic and not nice. Yeah, and so I thought about how to make it. I could have made other wallpapers for fake rooms. That would have been one possibility, but I thought maybe if I don't make a huge texture with all those fake rooms, I make a small tiny texture and make very, very simple furniture, and I put it inside and I simulate rooms. Here we have an office with a living room, and as you can see, this looks really 3D if you pass by. And in Germany it is common to have 2 different kinds of curtains. So one curtain is always in front of the windows, and it's very thin, and it enables you to look from inside out, but it's you can't look from outside in very good, and sometimes not at all. And I made them so that it looks like a semi-transparent layer, something like that. We call it Gardine. And so in Germany it's not normal that you can look inside the house of other people because of those Gardinen. And then if you make the light on in the evening, those Gardinen wouldn't be enough to keep you from looking inside. Then we have the curtains, and the curtains are thicker, and when they are closed you can't see through the windows at all, neither from outside nor from inside. But as we want to look from inside to outside to get the light in, to have a view into the garden, we have those daylight gardinen. Yeah, and this is what I simulated here. So you can't see the proper, accurate, sharp shapes. You only see something like a shadow somehow. And then when we go inside, which will not be possible for the player, now you can see all the furniture. And this is really blocky, as you can see. So I used as little polygons that was possible. And I have some colors on this texture, only color, and some very tiny images to bring some color and not square shapes into it. And everything that I build is a kind of a cube, but sometimes this cube is no regular cube, but a cube with narrower in the top and such. And that's how I built this furniture. And you need very few slots for it. So I calculated, when I use the fake room textures for fake rooms, or as an alternative this kind of room, and this has less slots than the bigger textures with fake rooms that are just images. Yeah, and it was a lot of fun to make all this furniture. Let's go outside again. And here we come to the kitchen. In the kitchen we very often don't have this gardine, but we very often have a curtain that is in the height of the people. So if you just go there with your normal height, you can't see inside the kitchen. But if you are bigger, like me now, or much smaller, then you can have a perfect look into the kitchen. So this is a different style of curtains. Yeah, and here is all the very blocky and simple curtain furniture. And here a very, very simple fruit plate. And here when you look inside you see, okay, you can't use this as a walk-in house. Not at all. You would need much better furnitures. But if you see from outside with this shady kind of view, then I think it's okay. It's like this, all the houses are furnished. At least the first floor. The second floor, the dormers and such, they don't have furniture. But some of them have lights in the evening. So now I have to integrate this annex, because this is not okay to still have the windows. So I pull it slowly until the curtain disappears. Okay, now we have the back wall of the annex is the fake wall, the new fake wall of this room. And here I have to check whether the window is not coming through. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, here we have the living and dining area. Very simple and basic too. Okay, and now I want some dormers. And this is not so easy here because this is not centered, this house. And as the both of the other basic types, they have the door at the center, I want to make it different here. But for the dormers, it is a little bit more difficult. So maybe I try the very narrow one and try 4 of them, how it looks. And if it doesn't look good, we try a different way. Okay, so, and now I have to pull it up because this roof is steeper. Okay, like this it could work. And let's try whether 4 of them are working. Or whether it's too much, could be that it's too much. Like so. And this chimney isn't in the center as well. So I double this and push it to exact the other side. Okay, and then I double this and push it to the other side. And then let's have a look. Oof, that looks a lot. But I have seen quite some houses like that. So more bigger houses have this rather often. A rather small house like that, maybe so it's not the normal way how it is usually done. Yeah, but at least it looks different. That I find very important, that every house looks individual, that you don't have the impression, oh, all the same houses. They are similar. They are from the same houses family somehow, but anyhow, every house should look a little bit different. Okay, I think I leave it. And now here comes the decorative part. First, I save it. And then I need another transform group for decoration. Like so. And then I grab the decoration from this area. And let's see. Now we don't need a tent because we have 2 porches. That is enough, I would say. And so first I take those here. You can see those invisible things. Those are seasonal decorative objects. You can't see them in the Drawings editor. What is a pity, because you can't get the impression. Every one of those houses has more decoration than you can see because of those seasonal objects, and they change in the seasons. And a doormat, yes, we need, and maybe this table group with the round mini table, and then A broom? Not necessarily, but yeah, what about a watering can? And a hammock? And the hanging flower pot #1. And an additional potted plant, at least this you can see. And I try this small bench #2, and then the flower box colored, and a green bike, and maybe a grill, and then the door wreath seasonal, and single ones, maybe 2 of them. So I don't know how it is in your country, but in Germany, houses in the countryside rather often have those door wreaths. I don't know whether I pronounce it correctly. Maybe I take spring 1 and autumn 2. And I have those that are just like they are. They don't change. And I have those. They have 4 layers on top that you can't see, that are seasonal. So when I take, I have the second one. When I have the second one, in spring you see this, in summer this, in autumn this, and in winter this. And yeah, but in the Giants editor you only see the circle that is in the background. So we need garbage cart as well. And do we need an awning? Yes, I think for this one door. Okay, now I have enough. I copy them all and push them here. So now I have them all organized with my house. And now I start positioning them. So I think the bicycle should be here in the summer, and in the winter I put it on the porch. Maybe I just do start with this, then it's already taken care for. So I hope this bicycle doesn't make any problem, because very often it does. So I had some crashes of the Giants editor when changing this bicycle. But I just saved. Ah, it works, okay. I just thought it may be a problem. So we don't need to lean the bicycle because it has a stand here. I think this is a good place. And for the bicycle in winter time, I just turn it and push it upside, because you wouldn't push it in this direction. You couldn't nearly. You could carry it like this, but yeah, if you push it up and then here it would stand like this. So and it would be pushed as much as possible against the banister, but here I don't know what you say for this. In German it is Pedale. Maybe it's pedal or maybe not. Yeah, but this shouldn't cross through the banister. Okay, and now we have to decide that it's only visible in winter. So, weather required mask 400. And the other one, and if you have a look, it will disappear as soon as I click on the other one. Come on. Now this is gone because it's no winter. And this one should be always there except in winter time. So this stays visible because it's always except in winter time. Good. Now we have taken care of this, and then we could place this seasonal decoration somewhere. Maybe here. And if you have a look here, you can see the snowman and his friendly face. And there is a pumpkin, and here is the potted plant, and at Easter time you will have Easter eggs, maybe. Some of them have Easter eggs, so colored eggs. And here we have the next one. I always just put a 0 here, and then the object jumps to this 0 point. So therefore it is very convenient to construct this house at the 0 crossing. Then you can just tell it to come to 0, and then it's easy to grab and to place. So this is more difficult to see because you can't see the snowman so good, but here you see the grin of the pumpkin. So, and maybe I turn it a little bit, that the grin, when you enter the house, you see the pumpkin grinning at you. And now it will disappear again. And we take the last one, and maybe we put it at a totally different place. I think here I will put the garbage bin. Then maybe here is a nice place. So here you can see the red nose of the snowman. Those are the snowmen from Elm Creek. And the plants from Oberon, and the spring flowers from Erlengrad, and I made the Easter eggs and the pumpkins. So, and then we need the doormat, but first some saving. So this is always very important. So and another one at the other side of the house. This is, I guess, the... okay. And let's check whether it jumped to the right place. Yeah, it did. Very good. So the next would be the table group. And I think as we have the porch in the back, it is better there, because the relaxing small table where you have you eat your barbecue dinner or such is better in the back, I guess. And in the front we just put a bench that you can sit in the front and have a look what is going on at the road and so. And here you can see too, it changes in the seasons. Usually from spring, summer and autumn it stands like that, open, and in winter the stools, the chairs are flipped over to the winter mode somehow. So, and now we need the grill as well. And maybe you wouldn't have such a wood burning grill at your porch in America. I don't know. And because in FS19 we always had this gas grill. And I think usually maybe this kind of grill is used at a porch. But in Germany, I think we would use such wood coal burner on a porch as well. Usually more in the garden or at barbecue area in the park or so. But I think it would be okay at a porch too. So we have one like this. Underneath open roof. And now the hammock. So this is always a little bit difficult. To place that it fits to those posts. So we have to enlarge it. In reality, I would love to have a hammock at my house. But we don't even have a porch. What is a pity, I would love to. But we have very good internet, and that is the most important thing. And we have a nice garden, so I won't complain. Okay. So now we have this watering can galvanized. And I think we need this somewhere where we have plants. So not here. So maybe first I put the potted plant on this porch. And then we have a good use for our watering can. So now come here. Yes. I think this is okay. And in the winter those plants disappear and only the pot stays there. And they do it by themselves. So if something only disappears in winter, it is easier than to make something change with every season. So okay, and what do we have here? Maybe I just put it over there, because here it's a little bit too close to the door. Maybe we could have two of them. Let's have a look how it looks. So I think this bench is inherited from the grandfather, because it looks much older than the whole house. Is it good with two of them? I think better than only one. So let's see. Oh, now comes the color boxes. The flower boxes, colored. I have two different kinds of flower boxes. And the one is the geranium in Oberon. It is called something with geranium, and therefore I think maybe you call it similar. In Germany we would say Geranien. And this one is, yeah, just other kinds of flowers, colorful, different flowers. To have two different kinds of flower boxes. And the flower boxes from Oberon are what they have in the village. And you could use it in flower boxes, which I did. They are much nicer, but they have a bazillion of polygons. And so if you use a lot of them, you surpass a limit that is allowed for a building, and then you have to reduce them. And it's not good for consoles and old PCs to have too many of those. And therefore I made console-friendly flower boxes. Those and the one with geranium. Maybe I just go and show you what I mean with this. So this is this type, and this is everywhere in Germany. Maybe not everywhere, but sometimes I have the feeling it's everywhere. And other types of flower boxes are not so common, but I want to have the houses use different. So each house only has one type to save slots, but for different houses we have different kinds of flowers to have a bigger variety. And So, and I think it depends on the region in Germany whether there are a lot of those flowers in the windows or not, or at the windows. And in the southern part, where I live close to the southwestern part of Germany, so close to the Black Forest, but on the French side, even if I am German, but I live in France, and because the houses are cheaper here, and there in the countryside it's totally normal that every house has a lot of those flower boxes. And even in cities it's very common. Maybe not in the central area of the city, but yeah, a little bit more outside where people live that take care of their flats, their apartments, and that have a balcony, and very often you see those kinds of flower pots, so flower boxes. Yes, it disappears. Very good. So now I turn it, and then yeah, and therefore all my houses here that I do for Wunzig have those flowers. And I think to have them at nearly every house and very well treated and so is more an aspect of richer areas, not so much very rich, but more like the middle class rich, so people that can afford to buy flowers and that like to take care of their houses or apartments very well. And I would think that in areas where people struggle for their life, there will be less of those flowers, I guess. So, yes, a lot of them. And now we need the hanging flower pots. This is more or less the same, but for hanging flowers. Oh yeah, what I would be interested in, is it common in your country that there are flowers at the balconies, windows, porches and such? I think those I've found in Elm Creek. I'm not very sure, but yeah, so therefore I think, yeah, maybe in America you have those too. And how is it in other countries? so. Here it would be nice to have something like a cushion or so, but these buildings are already stuffed with such a lot of decoration that I think more wouldn't be good for the old consoles. It's already kind of so the decoration of those houses are not minimalistic. My hinterland map was rather minimalistic, but Wunzig will not be so minimalistic. Yeah, and I hope it will work on consoles well anyhow. So, do I want to make more of them? Let's see it's 600 polygons. I think it's okay to make it at the back. So. And it turned, yes, because I turned them. Maybe here I only have one or maybe two, but none at the side. So, and now a little bit turning, that they don't look so identical. Okay, now we have the garbage can. Yes, I put it here beside the nice flowers. And maybe you wonder why I took an American garbage can. We have very similar ones in Germany. Not everywhere, but at a lot of places. And they look more or less the same. Is it? Not, it is not the right direction. And therefore I took them. Okay, now we need stairs and first the door wreath. This is a word that is very hard to pronounce for me. Wreath. And I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it correct. But you can see what it is and then you know what I mean. So, and the springtime goes to the back. And the video is already quite long, but yeah, that's normal if I want to build something with you in real time and I want to finish it. As a speed video, it would have been shorter. So, but very often I like to make this in real time, because then I can talk to you while I build it. It's very different to making a speed video. The speed video has the advantage I can build for myself and then listen to other videos and so. And then when I have sped it up in my video editing software, I can tell you what I did, condensed somehow. So my advantage is I can listen to videos while building. But like this, it's more direct. And usually I prefer it. So here you can see the autumn one, and there is the spring one. And to give the whole house some color. Do you have those kinds of wreath at your door as well? Here they are rather common, but not as common as those flower boxes at the windows and balconies. Okay, now stairs. Let's see. I could first I check whether I positioned everything. Oh, the awning. The awning. Okay. So 90 degrees. Like so. Maybe a little bit up, so that you can still see this nice flowers everywhere. And this is not centered. Now it is. Okay, let's check again. So I just click on this decorative transform group and then nothing there, everything there. So this is done. I can close it and have a look for the stairs. So I would say we take wooden ones for the porches and plaster one for the other doors. Maybe even the very small ones. So this is small wooden and very simple. No? Yes, I have it. Okay. copy this and to the house. Okay. Like so. And then to the other side. And turn round and check whether it worked. Yeah, looks good. Wonderful. And now the other one to the center. And now turning it 90 degrees. So some positioning I prefer to do with the numbers here, and then to the fine positioning I do with these arrows. So yeah, more or less centered. And now I push it to the other side. No, first copying and then, but this will not be at the right place because we have an annex there. But I only have to pull it a little bit. So here is not so much decoration at this big window thingy, but I think if you place it, you could plant some flowers here, and here we have, let's check the decoration. At least here we have a plant, and there we have something, but here not so much. Yeah, but I think that is the maximum that from decoration that is suitable for older consoles. Maybe even too much, I don't know, I hope not. So save, and then we need to do all this placement housing stuff. Strange things that are needed for the gameplay. So I have this prepared here, and now I'm push my house inside. So, and call it vis. Those are all the visible thingies. And here we have the areas and such. And they are always a little bit different. The test area. So, because the houses have different sizes, I have to adjust it. So this is okay. And then the clear area. Oh no, this is not okay because this should be higher up. So nearly the height of the house. So this clear area is the area where all plants are destroyed when placing the house. Okay. Like so. And like so. And I use the same definition for the leveling, where the ground is brought to a level, this area, and the no snow indoor area. Maybe this indoor area seems a little bit boxy, but I think the owner of the house will take care that everything, every place around the house is well taken care of when it snows. And therefore, yeah, we get a square shape. That's this one. Saving, and then the trigger for the sleeping and the wardrobe. So those are mainly decorative houses, but as a mod I want to have them as a farmhouse too, because why not? Yeah, this should work. This is the sleep trigger, and therefore I include all those trigger thingies. And when I define this as a decorative house, these triggers don't matter. And for a farmhouse, you need them. So this is for the wardrobe. The trigger marker, okay. Very good. Now this is done. Saving and then exporting. And the most of the house building stuff is done now. But I bring it out of this house building workshop and make it an extra file, house 02B, like so. And now we open it up there. B, yes. So here it is again, without all the other stuff. First I put some light, that we can see the colors, because now we will change the colors, because I want all the houses to have different colors. So the roof, I like this roof color somehow, but maybe we make it a little brighter, so that this is more a little bit older house that is very cozy. So, and now I have to rearrange everything. So I can make this smaller. This, that we can see this bigger. Okay. And we open this up in, where is it? I have to reload. 3B, yes. In Notepad++. Oh no, it's 02, so I opened up the wrong one. It is this one. So here you can see all the defining stuff of this object in a text file, XML text file. And here we have all the materials. There are all the files with the texture. Here the materials. And here is the house texture material. And here in this area I can define the colors. So this is not possible with all buildings that you build in FS22. You have to prepare the buildings in a certain way that this is possible. So you need a second UV, and you have to place all faces that you want to have color choice at the left side of your texture of the first UV. So I know very technical stuff. If you want to do this, to have a colorable building, and you are a modder and you understand what I'm saying, then you could ask and I tell you how to do it. Because this is no basic knowledge for all modders, but every modder can learn it. If you never modded anything, you won't understand it. So you first have to learn the normal modding, and then when you are a little bit experienced, you would understand how to do it, that you can choose the color how we do it now. And in game there is color choice only for one color. Maybe you know this. But in this XML file you can have color choice for up to 8 areas. And I decided that I make the color choice that is possible in game for this decorative color. So this area here and all this wooden stuff, the window frames and such, you can choose with pressing M or N on PC or other keys on console. And the other stuff is only possible to choose like this. And the colors are very strange in FS22. So usually you have an RGB system. For example, you can have other systems as well, and you can write it down as a hex number or as an RGB combination of numbers with numbers up to 255. But no, that's not how it's done in the FS22. We have a number that goes up to 1, but it has not the same way to calculate than this number that goes up to 255. So that makes it really complicated. And therefore I built myself a color choice tool as JavaScript tool, and that's how we choose the colors now. First we go for the roof. The roof is the color scale tool defined by me in the Blender. So we have this, and now I want it a little bit brighter and more old. So a little bit gray should be inside. Maybe like this. So now I copy this and write it here inside this strange combination of numbers, and then I reload this house. Oh, where is the light? Haven't I saved it? I forgot to save it, I think. Okay, so let's give it some light. Oh yeah, this looks much older now. And the texture, the color texture, the diffuse texture is a black and white texture for this roof, and then we have this all this other texture stuff that gives it the shape. And I put the color on top of this black and white color texture somehow. So now I have to save this, and then yeah, I thought I'd like to have a nice green for this decorative stuff. This is just inbuilt JavaScript asset that I use for this, and I'm very happy that they have it. So the green, maybe we make it more warm. So not a bluish green, more something like that, and then let's try this. So I write it down here. And now we try it. Okay, I think I can live with this. Yeah, sometimes I have to try over and over again until I'm content, but this is okay. And now, yeah, I already have a house with green and with yellowish walls, so maybe this is not such a good idea. But yeah, maybe we try to make it even warmer, something like a reddish tint. So I want to keep the walls somehow white, but somehow. So not a brilliant white, but a little bit tinted somehow. And therefore, yeah, I take a red and then not such a pink, strong pink, but more like very, very nearly invisible. So if you just see the house, you think it has white walls, but if you compare it with other houses, then you see, okay, there's a little bit of color inside at the walls. So, oh, this is a little bit too little, I think. We could do a little bit more. So, and maybe a teeny tiny bit more into orange like this. Like this. And in Germany, in most areas, those kind of houses are white from the walls, or more or less white. And here where I live in France, close to the German border, just 3 kilometers away from Germany, so very, very close. It's only the River Rhine between our area and Germany. And Yeah, but there is a different building style, and here most of the houses are a little bit colored and more strongly colored than this what I'm trying to achieve here. So you can really see they are a bright but a pastel, a soft orange, lots of them. And we have a soft blue house, but that is not so common. Most of them are different types of orangey, earthy colors. And I like this a lot, but this is not so typical. I think like this is okay. It seems still like white, but yeah, if you compare to this flower, you see it's not really white, and that's what I wanted. Okay, now let's think about, is the roof too dull? No, I think not, because I wanted it to be, yeah, a little bit washed out, and yeah, it looks like washed out. So now I can save it. Yeah, and let's have a look at the other side. So, as there is a porch as well, it is rather similar looking. Yeah. And then we have this view from here. Oh, it is nice. I like this. So let's turn the light. Yeah. Yeah, this area is not so bad. So I think you could use this house with this as a front door, if you so wish. And yeah, this could be a front entrance too. And the other one is the official one. So this one that we worked on here, this is the official usual entrance, and the others would work, and this here doesn't look like an official entrance, a main entrance. This is more the back door somehow. But I like to have the houses that you can place them in different directions, then they look different. And imagine with other colors, instead of the green you make a red or a strong blue or a light blue or something else, a brown, and then the house would seem different. And that's what I try to achieve with those houses. Okay, yeah, so as soon as I'm finished with the houses and I'll put them into Wunzig and build the village, I will show you in another video. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.